Grahams Mediterranean.
Hello everybody,
Hi,
hello
everyone.
children, and welcome to today's lesson. I'm Sam and this is Graham, our expert guide for this online field trip, which is all about ancient oil. Now, as you can see, we're somewhere really hot and sunny today, and the reason for this is because we've travelled all the way to Spain in the glorious sunny Mediterranean to learn all about how we get oil from these beautiful trees that you can see all around us. So Graham, can you tell us a bit about what we're going to learn here today?
Yes, today we're going to learn about olive oil. We're also going to look at some different kinds of oil. We're going to learn how we grow olives, how we turn olives into olive oil. We're going to look at some usages. And finally, we're going to have a look at the tradition of olive oil and what the Romans have contributed to olive oil.
Great stuff. I hope we're going to taste it too.
Oh, we are. That's the best part.
It is the best part. It's going to be a great online field trip. Let's find out who we have taking part today. Let's go over to Clown Infant School first in Derbyshire, where we have Miss Barnett's class taking part today. Hello, children.
Hello.
Great stuff. Let's go over to St Column Academy in Cornwall, where we have Miss Wakefield's class taking part. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Great stuff. Let's go over to Woodlands Academy now. They're in Norfolk, and it's Mr Brooks's class who's taking part today. Hello, children.
Hi, everyone.
And then let's finally go over to Holy Trinity Rosehill in Stockton-on-Tees, where Mr Waller's class is taking part again with us today.
Hi, everyone.
Great stuff. It's really great to have you all watching and learning with us today, children. I think, Graham, first of all, we should tell the children a little bit more about where we are, because this place is amazing, isn't it? Where are we?
Well, we're very lucky today. We're in a beautiful olive grove in Cordoba. It's owned by the Núñez de Prado family. Cordoba is a province in the south of Spain.
Fantastic.
And the varieties we can see behind are Picudo, Hoja Blanca and Picual.
So every single one of these trees we can see around us have their olive trees. They have olives on them.
They've all got olives, and all of these olives are turned into olive oil.
Oh, I love olive oil, really do. Olives aren't the only fruits or the only thing we get oil from, is it?
No, we can get oil from lots of sources. We can get it from seeds such as sesame and rapeseed, and nuts such as walnuts, groundnuts, peanuts and hazelnuts.
Wow, so lots of different places.
Absolutely.
Now, as I said when I introduced today's online field trip, we are in the sunny Mediterranean. So could you tell us a bit more about where that is, Graham?
Yeah, the Mediterranean is a sea. It's a couple of thousand miles south of England. And the Mediterranean has a lot of countries around it where we take oil. Principally Spain, which is where we are now, also Italy, Greece, and also on the North African side of the Mediterranean, there are countries like Turkey, Morocco and Tunisia that also produce oil.
So they're all very hot countries. I think probably some of our children will be like, well, I've been on my holiday to Spain or my holiday in Tunisia. It's very, very hot, and that's the key, isn't it?
It is. In fact, this area grows 90% of the world's olive oil.
Wow, 90%, that's a lot. So where does the other 10% come from?
Well, there are other small producers, places like Australia, America and South Africa.
So all very, very hot countries. Not the UK.
No, sadly not the UK. We're not quite warm enough.
We don't have the weather, do we? No, not at all. I know some of our children have been learning about olive oil already because we have lots of information and resources online. So before we learn any more from you, Graham, I think we should go and just find out what they already know, what they've swatted up on. So let's go to Clown Infant School now to see what Miss Barnett's class already know about oil.
Hello, my name's Steve, and my fact is that the largest type of olive is called a donkey olive.
Well, this is a great fact if it's right, Graham. The largest type of olive is called a donkey olive. What a name!
Well, donkey olive, well, that's fantastic research, because I have to confess I didn't know that. In the industry, we normally call large olive queen olives.
Oh, I love that. I love the name Queen Olive. I think I like Donkey Olive better. Well done. I think you've already taught Graham and definitely myself a fact already today. Great fact. Let's get another one.
Olive trees can live up to 300 to 600 years.
Thank you so much, Isaac. So is this correct, Graham, that olive trees can live between 300 to 600 years?
That's correct. It's good research. Most of the trees in this plantation will last until about 120 years, but they can last much longer, even over 1,000 years old.
Wow, very robust trees then, olive trees, aren't they?
They are.
Very robust. That's a great fact. Let's get one more fact now from Clown Infants.
Hello, my name is Ruby, and my fact is that the smallest olive is called a bullet.
Well, Ruby has just told me a great fact. I hope this is true. The smallest olive is called a bullet, Graham.
Well, again, great research. We don't usually use the term in industry. We simply call them baby olives, but great research.
Ruby, fantastic stuff. A great learning, Clown Infants. You've obviously been paying lots of attention to all the resources that we have online. Time to learn a little bit more now. So, Graham, am I right in thinking that all the oil that goes into olive oil comes from the olive itself?
That's right. An olive contains approximately 10 to 15% oil. So it's simply crushed and turned into oil.
Fantastic.
So the olive is actually a fruit. It's not a berry, and it's technically called a drupe, which a drupe really just means a fruit with a large stone. So other drupes will be things like apricots, cherries, even avocados.
Oh, great. All my favourites, actually. But actually, one thing that seems a little bit different to me with those is I normally eat the ones that you mentioned straight away, raw, but we can't eat olives just off the tree, can we, raw?
No, that's correct. We've got in front of us some little baby olives. They won't mature until November, so they've got a lot of growing to do. But these are very hard, and even in November, they'll be very hard, nearly impossible to bite into them. And if you do, it won't taste very nice because they are very bitter. So what we have to do is cure them and turn them into table olives.
Oh, fascinating stuff. So never try to eat an olive off the tree, children. You mentioned curing then. That's the process that makes it nice and soft for us to eat, Graham. Curing, I thought, was like a way of preserving food, like we sort of smoke fish or we dry ham. So I guess it's just very different in this instance.
Well, it's not totally different. It's basically storing the product in brine, which is a saline solution. Has to be done for 3 months, may take longer, may take 12 months, and this will soften the oil and get rid of the bitter flavour, leaving a nice soft sweet fruit.
Oh, lovely. Just how I like them. Thank you, Graham. Now, children, we've already learned lots about how different crops produce different types of oils, and lots of different cultures have been using different crops for thousands of years. So I think we should learn a little bit more about the history of oil now in this short video.
How ancient is oil? Human beings have been pressing oil from plants for thousands of years. Because different plants originate from different parts of the planet, the oils that people have made across the world are different too. Around 3,000 years ago in North America, Native American tribes started cultivating sunflowers for their seeds. They crushed the seeds to extract the oil, which they then used for cooking, or rubbing on their skin and hair to make them soft. Around the 15th century, the Aztecs, who lived in a part of the world we now call Mexico, crushed oil from tiny seeds called chia seeds, not only to use as a source of food, but also to mix with pigments to make face paints. In fact, the word chia comes from the old Aztec word meaning oily. Like the Native Americans and the Aztecs, the ancient civilizations of the Mediterranean also produced different oils, but the most common oil has always been olive oil. Olive oil was very important to the ancient Romans and Greeks. They used it for food, as medicine, to wash with, and as a fuel to burn in lamps. The ancient Greeks believed that the very first olive tree had been a gift from the goddess Athena, and that all the olive trees in Greece had grown from this original tree. The people of Greece loved the gift so much, they named their greatest city after the goddess, and the capital city of Greece is still called Athens today. Later, as the Roman Empire spread throughout the Mediterranean, the Romans established vast olive farms, especially here in Spain. They were able to sell huge quantities of oil to other countries, which helped make them rich enough to run the Roman Empire. Famously in Rome, victorious gladiators would take baths in olive oil after a fight, and the oil they bathed in would then be bottled and sold for lots of money to their wealthy fans. But of course, the main use for all our plant oils has always been food. And olive oil and sunflower oil are still eaten today by people all over the world. Meaning today in modern life, we have something in common with the Native Americans, the ancient Greeks, and the people who lived at the time of the ancient Roman Empire.
Welcome back, children. We hope you enjoyed that. I didn't realise the Native Americans were the first to start making sunflower oil. Fascinating stuff. Now, as you can see, we've moved further into the grove now. We found ourselves a second expert. This is Rothea. Now, Rothea works in the olive oil industry, so she's a perfect second guide for us today. So, Rothea, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I grew up here, around here, just very near. And I work, I export olive oil to many countries, and one of them is the UK.
Thank you so much. So you're responsible for sending us all this lovely olive oil to the UK so we can enjoy it at home. So Rothea is going to show us now the different stages of how an olive tree grows, aren't you?
That's right. Well, I will show you this little tree is 3 years old. Well, we can move forward over there. We have here a 7 years old tree. It's important to see the trunk, because for the trunk you can see how old is the tree.
Right, so from 3 to 7 years, that trunk's got quite thicker, more thick, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Fascinating. And then we have a huge tree over here.
Over here is 45 years old.
45 years old. So this has been producing olives for a very long time.
Yes, it's been producing olives since it was 7 years old.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay, so there's lots of olives that have come off this tree and been made into delicious olive oil.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
children, we have a real treat for you as well, because we have a picture of a lovely tree now, and this is an olive tree that's about 1,000 years old. So as you can see, the trunk has twisted and really is a magnificent tree. These trees are really robust, aren't they, Rothea?
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic. So can you tell us a bit more about this tree? Because it looks to me as though it's quite dusty around here. So the roots can't go that deep. So it looks like one gust of wind, it might fall.
Yeah, the roots can go down deep, because down there what you can find is rocks. So these trees has widespread roots. So why is that? Because they need the rain. So the rain just go directly to the roots, and it grows up to this beautiful tree.
So that's fantastic. The roots pretty much spread out really, really far. So probably a bit more further than the branches as well, just to make sure that actually it's stable. The tree's not going to fall on us at any point, and it gets lots and lots of water.
But it's also important that we cut the branches, because the sun is very important for the tree. So the sun enters to all of the branches, and the sun and the water. These are the two things that are very important for the olive trees.
They are sun worshippers, aren't they? Just like us Brits when we're out in the sunshine. We're learning so much. I think we should get some questions for you now, Rothea. So let's go over to one of our schools now. Let's go over to Clown Infants to see if Miss Barnett's class have any questions for Rothea.
Hello, my name's Lucas, and I'm going to tell you my question. Are olives good for you?
That's a really great question, Lucas. Lucas would like to know, are olives good for you, Rothea?
Yeah, they're very good, because they're a source of essential fatty acids and vitamin E.
Great stuff. Really good question there. Let's get another question from Clown Infants.
Hello, my name is Lily, and my question is, why do olives come in only green and black?
That's a really good question, Lily. Lily would like to know, why are some olives green and some olives are black?
A good question also. Well, when they're babies, as you can see in the tree, they are green, but when they grow up, they start being darker, so they get black.
Fantastic. Some really great questions, Clown Infants. Let's go over to St Column Academy now. Does anyone have any questions?
Hello, I'm James. My question is, what type of medicine do olive oil?
That's a really great question, James. So James would like to know what type of medicines use olive oil.
Well, I think you can make a lot of them, but one that comes to my mind is the complement vitamins.
Also, like supplements. So
Supplements,
supplements
yeah, sorry,
that you would
supplements.
take every day
That's
to
right, yeah.
sort of keep you nice and strong. Really great question. Let's get a final question now from St. Column Academy.
Hello, I'm Lily. My question is, have you been allergic to different oils?
Fantastic. So Lily would like to know, can you be allergic to different types of oil?
Well, yes, if you are allergic, for example, to nuts, you can be also allergic to nuts olive oil. But
Oh,
that
of
can
course.
happen with all the olive oils.
Yeah, so I guess sort of kind of sesame seed or
Yeah.
walnut oil and those kind of
Sunflower, yeah.
oils. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Rothea.
You're welcome.
Really great questions. And don't worry, Woodlands Academy and Holy Trinity Roseville, there'll be an opportunity for you to ask some questions later on in this online field trip. Let's find out a little bit more about how the Grove works now. So Rothea, when I look around, these trees, they're kind of planted in rows with lots of space around them. Is there a reason for that?
There is a reason. It's for the machinery when it comes the time to harvest. The machinery to come. Well, there are many different type of machines, but I will show you because we have today here a machine. What they use normally during the harvesting. So I will turn it up.
Great stuff. So Rothea, they would still actually use sort of a hand machine, would they, to do this as well?
Yes, they use this one.
This looks great. Okay,
so they shake the tree. Oops. It wasn't turned up.
so this is to use to shake the olives
Yeah,
off. I guess I can get it right to the top of the tree.
Okay, so you can imagine it shakes a lot. So they put a net around here, and the good olives that fall down the tree, these ones that goes on the net, they are used for extra virgin olive oil, and the ones that that has defects or are on the ground, they are used for refining olive oil. So, but afterwards, you can also use it for cooking.
Great stuff. So they're all used. So the ones that land in the net and don't get damaged go into the lovely extra virgin olive oil that tastes so good. And then the ones that I guess that are already on the floor, have fallen off or maybe like fall underneath the net, will get used too for oil. I thought that at one point we used some of the ones off the ground to make oil for oil lamps.
Well, but that was many years ago. Now it's all used for refining. You make refined olive oil, you can also eat it.
Fantastic. So everything is used
Yes,
in the
everything.
process. That's great. Thank you so much, Rothea. Okay, time for another short video now, and this is all about how the olive oil gets from this olive grove to the bottle.
Olive oil, from farm to fork. Here in the olive groves of Spain, small flowers start to appear on the olive trees in late spring. The wind helps to pollinate the flowers, and the trees then start to produce olives. It takes around 4 weeks for the pollinated flower to begin to grow into an olive. The fruits start off green in colour, and over the hot Spanish summer they ripen, first to a reddish-violet colour, and then to black. In Spain, olives are harvested from November to March. Some of the olives are harvested while they're still green, while some are left to ripen to black because they have different flavours. To harvest the olives, the farmer shakes the branches of the tree so that the fruit falls into a net beneath, like this. Sometimes this is done by hand, but most of the Spanish crop is harvested using machines. In order to get the best tasting oil possible from the harvest, the olives have to be processed within 1 to 2 days. First, the olives are taken to the mill, where they are washed and weighed. Next, the olives are crushed into a paste using this machine, so that the oil starts to be released from the cells of the fruit. The paste is then mixed in this machine for 20 to 45 minutes. This process is called malaxing, which means the smaller droplets of oil combine to form bigger ones. Finally, the oil needs to be separated from the pulp. To do this, they use this machine, called a centrifuge, which very cleverly uses what is known as centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is the force that you can feel pushing you outwards when you spin round on a roundabout in the playground. As the pulp spins round in the centrifuge, the densest parts of the pulp, the solid part and the water, fly farther outwards than the oil. So the oil can be removed. The oil then travels through these pipes to be stored in a special air-conditioned tank, which makes sure the oil is kept at a constant temperature. If the oil is being sent to be sold in the UK, it travels in tankers like this one, all the way from Spain to Kent. Once at the bottling factory, it is tasted and checked for quality. Next, it is graded, bottled, and then labelled. It is then ready to be wrapped and packed. Finally, the olive oil is ready to be sent to your local store for you to buy and then enjoy on your food.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that. It's amazing to see how much oil comes out of one small tiny fruit, isn't it? Okay, as I promised, there's a chance now to get some more questions to our expert. So let's go over to Woodlands Academy now to see if we have any questions from Mr. Brooks' class.
Hi, my name is Jacob. My question is, how long can you store olive oil for?
That's a really great question, Jacob. Jacob would like to know, Graham, how long can you store olive oil for?
That's a good question. When we bottle olive oil, we put 12 to 18 months on. But a good rule of thumb is when you've opened a bottle of oil, particularly extra virgin oil, which has good taste, try to use it as quickly as possible. We'd recommend 3 months to enjoy it at its best.
Great stuff. So it's nice and fresh, how we like to eat our food. Let's get another question from Woodlands Academy.
Hi, my name is Agni, and my question is, what's the difference between olive oil and extra virgin olive oil?
Great question, Eugenie. Eugenie would like to know, Graham, what's the difference between olive oil and extra virgin olive oil?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have a bottle of olive oil here. As Raphael mentioned, the olives that are fallen actually turned into refined olive oil and blended with a bit of virgin. So this gives a soft tasting oil with a gentle flavour. Extra virgin though is only made from perfect olives. It's a much stronger flavour, much fruitier, and there must be no flaws or defects, so it's a perfect tasting oil.
Lovely. So that'd be the one you'd want to dip your bread in.
Absolutely.
Yummy. Really great questions, Woodlands Academy. Let's go over to Holy Trinity Rosehill now. Do you have any questions from Mr. Waller's class?
How much olive oil can you get from one olive?
Rothea, this will be for you actually. How much olive oil can we get from one olive off one of these lovely trees?
It will depend on the size of the olive, but normally you can take the 10% of olive oil of one olive. This means 1 gram.
About 1 gram.
About 1 gram.
Great stuff. Okay, let's get one final question now from Holy Trinity Rosehill.
Why was olive oil so important to the Greeks?
That's a really good question. So, Graham, do you know why olive oil was so important in the ancient Greeks?
Well, to the ancient Greeks, olive oil was a gift bestowed upon them by the goddess Athena. So it really was a sacred product.
Great stuff. Really great questions. I've learned so much from those answers to those questions as well. Great stuff. I think it's time we found out a little bit more about how we enjoy eating all these types of oil that we've had on the table in front of us. So, Graham, could you talk us through some of these oils that we have here?
Yeah, we've got a fantastic range of oils here. The first one is sesame seed oil, and this is the seed from which we make the oil. It's a very strong tasting oil, so this would be used for Chinese cooking, stir fries, that type of thing. The next oil is actually made from sunflowers. So there is the sunflower. From the sunflower we get the sunflower seeds. We then crush them to extract the oil, and then it's refined to give us a refined cooking oil. So sunflower and rapeseed are really used for frying, shallow frying and deep frying food.
Lovely. Great stuff.
Okay, the next one we've got is walnut oil, and you can see here these are walnuts. They contain about 40% oil. So this again gives a strong tasting oil. So this is perfect for cakes or even Waldorf salads, which are made with walnuts. So
Great. Talking of salads, there's one here that I particularly like, and this is Caesar dressing. I'd put this on a lovely Caesar salad. So I'm guessing there's olive oil inside there, is there, Graham?
there's olive oil inside there and flavouring, so if you're not so keen on the flavour of olive oil, this is a great way to use it.
Lovely, really, really good. I love it in Caesar dressing. I love to dip bread in. I love drizzled over salads. One thing I'm not keen on, and I hear the Romans used to do this back in the day, Rofina, is drink it out of a cup.
No, we don't drink it anymore. But what I love is to put it on the bread during my breakfast.
Wow, so you would have a nice piece of toast or a nice piece of bread and you would drizzle it on just like we would have butter.
Yeah,
on
I don't
toast.
really like butter. I prefer olive oil.
Wow, I'm going to try that. I am going to try that. Talking of trying, I think we should try the oil now. You've got some very nice fancy blue cups here, Graham. What are these for?
Yeah, well, these are official taste cups for when we taste oil.
Okay.
And you'll notice they're blue coloured. And the reason they're coloured is that it's not a good idea to see the colour of the oil, because the colour of the oil can influence the way we perceive a taste.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to try some. You do just drink it out of the cup though, don't you, Graham, when you're tasting it?
No, we will show the official way we taste olive oil.
Okay, lovely. And Rothea, you're going to do it the official way as well? Okay, I'm going to dip my bread in, but you guys take it away, try the oil.
Okay.
So it really is a very intricate process, isn't it? Very lovely. Tastes good?
Yeah, really good.
That's a fantastic oil, very fruity.
Good. And also, children, it's important to remember as well that olive oil is a kind of unsaturated fat. And fats play a very important part in a healthy, balanced diet as well. They also transport good nutrients around our bodies as well and help us absorb them, especially vitamin A, D, E and K as well, so it's important to remember. And children, you do have all these oils, or a lot of these oils in your classrooms as well, so don't forget to do the nice taste test. Maybe you want to drink it like these guys, or maybe you want to use the bread. We have sent you some bread as well to try, so you can do it that way as well. We're coming almost to the end of this online field trip. Just ask a couple of questions to you guys. What's the best thing about your jobs?
Well, I love the people I work with because it gives me the opportunity to meet a lot of people around the world, and also the weather, this fantastic weather.
Yep, and you, Graham?
Well, for me, the best part about the job is tasting the oil. There are so many great tasting oils that are there to explore and find.
Fantastic. Well, keep up the good work, because I know myself and the children as well very much enjoy having your lovely olive oil and using it for all sorts of things in the UK. It's been great having you all taking part, children. We've just got enough time to come over and find out what you have learnt today. So let's go over to Clown Infant School now to find out what Miss Barnett's class has learnt.
Ancient Greeks bathed in oil.
Great stuff. So, Miss Barnett's class has learnt that ancient Greeks bathed in oil.
Good learning.
Yeah, really good learning. Great stuff. Let's go to St Column Academy now.
David has learnt how to make olive oil.
Great stuff. So St Column School Academy have learnt how to make olive oil thanks to you two.
Fantastic. That's good learning.
Great stuff. And let's go over to Woodlands Academy now to see what Mr Brooks' class has learnt.
Hi, my name's Kim, and we have learnt that Aztecs mixed pigments and oils to make colourful face paints.
Great. So the Aztecs mixed oil and used oil to make colourful paintings.
Yeah,
It's a
again,
really good learning.
great
Another
learning.
use for oils or face paints, actually. Let's go to Holy Trinity Rosehill now and see what Mr. Waller's class has learnt.
We have learnt that olive trees can live as old as 600 years old.
Great stuff. So Mr. Waller's class has learnt that olive trees can live to at least 600 years old and beyond as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. It's an ancient product.
They're very, very old. Great learning, children. It's been great to have you join us while we're here in sunny Spain. If you'd like to join our next online field trip, we'll be learning all about golden fish fingers, and that'll be on the 18th of June at 1:30, so don't forget to join us for that. And also, don't forget to sign up for a Farm to Fork school field trip. They are lots and lots of fun. You really get a chance to get your hands on things and just learn how things happen at a producer or a participating farm, just like the children you can see on the screen right now. So get yourself signed up. But from myself, Rothia and Graham here in sunny Spain amongst the olives, it's goodbye.
Adios.
Adios.
Oh,
Adios.
adios. Goodbye, clown infants.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, St. Column. Goodbye, Woodlands Academy.
Adios.
Adios. And goodbye, Holy Trinity.
Adios.
Adios.